We don't like to be uncomfortable, but I'm telling you, if you let patience have a perfect work, get your Bible and go into the book of Daniel tonight. Daniel, 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 Daniel. Daniel, the sixth chapter. But I do want God to speak to us tonight and to give us something that's going to help us along the way. You know, sometimes I remember messages and words that were spoken to me when I was a young girl. Y'all still remember those types of sermons and messages that you heard? Yes. Your pastors and your preachers just happen to be in the company. They said something, everything is just made it just like a substitute. And I said, Lord, I said, give us messages in this hour that stick to you. Because if it sticks, it's going to change. That good? Daniel, the sixth chapter, we're going to start reading at verse 1. We're going to read verse 1 through verse 5. Oh my God. Verse 1 through verse 5. Daniel, verse 1, 6, verse 1 through 5. And it pleased Daniel to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom, and over these three presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give account unto them, and the king should have obeyed. This Daniel was preferred above the president and the princes because of excellent spirit was in him. And the king sought to set him over the whole realm. He said it one more time. Then this Daniel was preferred. He was above the president and the princes because an excellent spirit was in him. And the king sought to set him over the whole realm. Verse 4. Then the president and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom. But they could find none occasion nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found on him. Neither was there any error or fault found in him. Then said these men, we shall not find the occasion against Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God. Father, we thank you for your word. Speak to us. Give us your thoughts in this message. It's in Jesus' mighty name we pray. We tell our name. You may be seated in the presence of our King. I feel it tonight. So I really couldn't come up with a topic for this. Couldn't come up with a topic, but I knew I was going to be concerning this text. It's low. And this text is low because God is showing me something that Daniel was born with that not everybody was born with. And that thing is called excellence. I want to deal tonight with your, not a spirit of excellence. We live in an environment where it is, let me get you before you get me. We live in a world that they have described as dog eat dog. It is cutthroat. Sometimes it is very hard to find a king of your tribe. On your workplaces, in your family, with your friends, your opinions and your desires and your philosophy sometimes are counter the people that are around you. What I'm realizing now, out of all the years of being in this world, is that the enemy is not after my knowledge. The enemy is not after my intellect. The enemy is not after my gift. He's after my expertise. Help me to my God. So relationships, relationships that I have encountered and have been faithful myself in. And I have given time, space, energy, love, money, resources, effort, energy, all that to these relationships. Come on. If it was not God that sent them to me or sent me to them, when I found out in the endurance of their relationship, it attacked my spirit. People, it tried to get me to compromise in areas, listen to me, where my spirit was green. It tried to get me to be different. And it my way. It told me my way was stupid, foolish, it didn't make much sense. And they tried over time to change me to act like this. Well, so you don't shit. Throughout these encounters, it never was after my money. It was trying to get me to pull down what made me prefer. It tried to take my honesty and corrupt. It tried to take my good nature and turn me into a villain type person. It wanted me to seek revenge instead of peace. It tried to get me to be in areas where my character had erected. So, and I said, God, out of all of this, Daniel was born with this spirit, but his enemies saw him because he was born with something that they had to work on. Yes, Lord. Help us. Now think about childhood relationships. Yeah. You sit in the same box and look, Johnny comes sit next to you and take all of the box. And you with your excellent spirit, cry, but don't fight. And your mom and your dad, your auntie, your uncle, whoever sits with you at that time, run over there to you and say, girl, you got them. Take your bite. Come on. They're trying to teach me that my philosophy is wrong. They're trying to show me that I should pray instead of fight. Oh, you're the most. And throughout my life, people have tried to tell me, Tonya, what you doing will always make you late. Oh, y'all come on, talk back to me. And so I'm sitting in the sandbox. The spirit that I was born with. It's not that I'm stupid. It's not that I'm dumb. It's not that you playing me for a fool. But at the moment, my spirit is so grieved because I want to share. But instead of sharing, you took. So now I'm skeptical of anybody coming into my spirit. Y'all come on, talk back to me. A child that grew up to share instead of protecting it and looking at everybody with a side eye because I don't know if you're going to give you the same experience. And I'm trying to fight the philosophy of this word. That's good. That's God, y'all taking something. Come on. Are y'all listening? My nature inside of me is Christ-like. But how do you stay Christ-like in a world that's so full of compromise? Oh, y'all listening to me? And so you got into a relationship wholehearted, both ways, and bring you 50% to the table. Come to find out they bring you 20%. Now, how do you enter the next relationship and still bring 50? Now, the slickness of the one that taught you. Yeah. It's now training your thought pattern. And it's trying, come on, to remove an excellent spirit out. It's trying to make you more worldly than God. Help me. And they'll say, it's all right. It's all right. Girl, don't let him run on you. Girl, don't let him know how much money you make. Girl, don't bring that Negro your whole heart. They're trying to take what I was born with. You sit in a room full of people that you don't. And they say, girl, it ain't nothing wrong. God know your heart. You can, girl, say how you feel. Do you see that? Do you see how we have fallen for the bait? Yeah, yeah. And that we have allowed the spirit that we were born with to be tainted by the philosophies of this world. Yeah, yeah. Y'all listen to me. You was told and raised in church. Don't shut. Right? But let the one that you dreamed about give you a key. Mm. Let the one you want give you a key. All of a sudden, your character, your integrity, your moral comes down there. And you leave a toothbrush, and you leave a pair of underwear, and you leave your curling iron, and you go buy an extra one, and now you got a drawer, now you got a bedside table, now the doorman knows you, and now everything that you was born with. Are y'all listening to me? Everything now is coming down because it is a gradual seething of your excellent spirit that cannot be purchased and that cannot be renewed. You just have to allow it to take over. God don't renew a scripture. But let it live through the philosophies of this. You know they ain't gonna pay you back. I know, but my spirit told me. Come on, man. And it's not about the payback, it's about being my excellent spirit. Evil! Because see, people in this world will think they're getting over. And then your mind will tell you it's not letting them get over. Are y'all listening to me? Because the world has told you they took you to a different university. Yeah. And they taught you to be hard and to be cold and snap quick and get them off of you. Let that tongue be sharp. And all of that is just a built-up of your experience that tried to change you. Your nature of who you are right now today is not what you were born as. It's what you trying to be in spite of what the world has taught you. Wow. I'll say that one more time. Your nature of who you are right now is a combination of what you want to be versus what the world has taught you you need to be. And that's why that good spirit only comes out in Satan's environment. Right. I'm trying to help. That excellent spirit only comes out around people that you know won't hurt you. Yeah. But the rest of y'all get what the world taught. And God is saying, Tonya, your excellent spirit has to live through you all of the time. It cannot be a flip on, flip off. It cannot be when you're comfortable around somebody and when you're not comfortable. It has to be my excellent spirit is living through me all of the time. It doesn't say that Daniel turned it off and turned it on. You don't think Daniel knew that he had people around him that was breathing down the back of his neck? He knew it. But his spirit still lived through the environment. If the world can so easily change you, my question is, how authentic are you? That's good. Walk down the aisle. And sometimes we pray to keep from losing people. Well, let me compromise a little bit so I don't make them feel uncomfortable. Well, let me take a shot so they'll know I'm sitting here at happy hour in my car. Well, let me say a couple of curse words so they'll think I'm cool. Whatever it is that we have compromised in, It's you now downplaying what you were created by God to be. And your excellent spirit only makes you preferred by God. So every time you operate outside that excellent spirit, you're no longer preferred. You done said so. Oh, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help, sir. I'm trying to help. And when I started reading this text tonight, Pastor Maria, I thought about preferred seating. Right. Help me tonight. Preferred seating have the best view. Think about the cabin of a plane. Preferred seating, I'm right by the cockpit. Yeah. Right? I have my own bathroom, have my own stool, have my own curtain pulling back. Every seat bears back. Every seat has their own screen. Preferred. Preferred means you get extra pleasures that the other population don't get. Why are you giving up your spirit that makes you preferred by God? Wow. You're preaching. I'm sorry. You want man to like you, but you're losing your preference with God. And it is the excellent spirit that gets you promoted outside of your education and your experience. Read the text. The Bible says that the king wanted to promote Daniel over all of the presidents and all of the princes. Daniel had no prior experience, but his spirit got him promoted. Come on, man. We want to be so street that people can't tell if you love God. You want street cred and losing preference. Come on. Oh, that's good. You want street cred and you lose. I don't want to be liked by everybody. If that means I have to be a chameleon every time I come around a different group. Well, this group smoke. Okay, this group cuss. Okay, this they. I can't do all of that. Just be what God created you to be. Daniel is teaching me to be authentic and integral to what I was born to be. That means I have to go back to what he called me to be, to my original creation, Anthony, in spite of the molestation and being mishandled and being abused and being cussed out and being scandalized on my job and being lied on. I have to go back to my original state. See, we can't get no amens right there. See, that means I got to undo what the world does. They call you square. What they call you? They call you something because it makes you uncomfortable with your God identity. Right, right. Last night, after service got over, the foolishness and the folly and the food came out. I said, it's time for me to go. Because see, I already know that's not what I want to do. And that's not where I want to be recognized. I'm not her. If you lower your standards so easily, it's some screws broke. It's something broke. If it come down like that, we had a basketball goal at the house, Pastor Maria. And when the boys got big enough, Deke went out there and raised it. Remember you raised that up? Took that big old boat out there and raised it up? Now, if that boat can't hold that goal up there, that means every time they put pressure on the rim, it's going to come down. Oh, that's good. That's good. Are y'all listening to me? Does pressure make you come down? Does pressure make you come down? Because whatever you can hide and do, God sees it. And I want my standards to stay high, even when the lights go off and everybody go home. Y'all what? Y'all what? Because see, Daniel is teaching me how to be authentic and how to be integral. Pressure should not lower my standards. I want an excellent spirit to live through me. Yeah, God. All of the time. Are y'all listening to me? Listen to this. Listen to this. They tried to come up with a reason to get him in trouble. Right. See, let me tell you how come they couldn't listen. Let me tell you how come they couldn't get him in trouble. Because they never lowered his standard. That's good. Are y'all listening to me? They couldn't find nothing wrong with the boy. Because he never loosened his standards around them. See, some cousins right now got dirt on us because you acting a plumb fool around them. You lowered yourself. And your excellent spirit should have said no, and you should have went home. Should have picked up your keys and said, no, this part of the party. Help us, Holy Ghost. And so with this, how can you maintain position when people don't see you cut up in the wrong place? It's hard. You can't come in there with your pants in your collar on. You can't invite nobody to church. You can't bring nobody on side. You can't get nobody on family and praise them. It's hard. You know why? Because we don't have the extra spirit living through us all of the time. Listen to this. The king says, I want to promote Daniel, and I want to set him over the whole realm. That means he was going to give as far as he could see. He was going to make Daniel in charge. How was he going to get that? Because of his excellent spirit. See, the problem with us, we don't want to live that excellent spirit because that excellent spirit makes me feel like I'm losing around people that spirit. See that yes ma'am and no sir around people that you know don't like you. You can't, it's hard for it to come out the throat. It's hard. It's just you think it because that excellent spirit is trying to coach you through it, but because you don't like them and you know they don't like you, then now all of a sudden your manners and your spirit get stuck right here. And you look at them crazy. And you don't even want to speak. I walked past the black lady at the school Friday, and I said, good morning. I was in a good mood, had worship in my ear. I said, good morning. She looked at me and gave me that fake smile. I stopped right. I said, good morning. Oh, hey, good morning. See, we can call off everything that stopped me from being excellent. I'm not going to let it change me. Amen. See, if I'm not speaking, I'll chew that cup about 30 more minutes. That helpful. I got it in my head. Well, at least I go, no, I'm going to call it out. That spirit is not going to change me. Good morning. Hey. Oh, hey, Dr. Kearney, like she didn't see. Yeah. Yeah. Because, see, what it does, it comes to contaminate me and to change me. And she wanted me to talk about love to somebody else. Do she do me that way? No, see, I don't even want to get caught up in that kind of foolishness. See, it's trying to contaminate my spirit. Are y'all listening to me tonight? It's trying to contaminate my soul, but praise God for everything that tried to contaminate me, that God cut it off from me. Somebody should have just screamed out. That's what to me, because it was trying to keep me from being preferred by God. It was trying to stop me from getting promotion and elevation. See, you can get promoted in an ugly spirit, or in an excellent spirit. Y'all listen to God. Listen to the text, and I'm closing. Listen to this. They couldn't find no fault against him. I'm asking God to help me to be the same way all the time. Yeah. If Daniel didn't teach me nothing, he taught me consistency and integrity. In a room full of people that don't like you. Have you ever sat in a room and you get promoted past people that have more experience and knowledge and education than you? God will promote hostile environments because of your faith. Ask Joseph. He will create hostile environments because of your faith. Ask Jacob. He will create hostile environments because of your faith, your son. Ask Jesus. Right? Because he loves your spirit and he prefers you over everybody else. That's good. You want to know why you are where you are? Because God prefers you and he loves your spirit. He loves how you suppress ugly and let good rise. Is that good to anybody besides me? Yeah. And because they couldn't find nothing wrong with it, they said, you know what? The only way we're going to be able to get him is that his relationship between God is going to have to be something that's against our law. Right. It's going to have to be something that's against our law. That's the only way I get. So I'm closing with this story. I had a lady at my job when I worked at the bank. And I used to have a radio on my desk. I used to play all kind of worship music. Yolanda Adams played on my desk. Well, wasn't nothing wrong with it. So what she did was she didn't like that worship music on my desk. My desk. She went to, she went to our boss. And she told our boss, I believe music in the workplace is a distraction. Next thing I know, our department gets an email from Randy, like he created it. And it says, from now on, go forward between regular business hours, office from 7:30 to 4:30. We can no longer play music at our desk. Now, in my mind, I said, men don't think like that. That is a gal issue. Men don't do that. Men don't do that. But then I had to think about it. I said, oh, that was normal all day. That was up. And she went and whispered in our boss's ear and gave him a reason why he should decree a law. But y'all listen, but it all came to do what? That's for my ex. See, what Norma didn't understand, place officer, what Norma didn't understand was the music was already in my heart. You make whatever laws you want to make. It don't change. But see, the enemy wanted me to have choice words with him. Yeah. Okay? Trying to change me. Yeah. Trying to change me. But God said, not just sing about me. Emotion. Not just on the way to the bathroom, just hands lifted. She trying to see if you got earbuds, AirPods, or something. No, what was it back there? A walk. Trying to see every what she's singing to now. Yeah. You can't change my spirit. I'm not going to let you change my. The people come around and they will befriend you just to find out what will change. Yeah. And sometimes because of the areas in our soul that has holes, we'll gravitate to something that's wolf-like. That's why I want God to heal me so I don't gravitate towards wolf. Yeah. Because you'll get in a relationship with a wolf, and that thing, you'll think you love it. And the whole while, it's just pulling you down. Come on, man. Are y'all listening to me? Preaching. I found myself, when I was dating his father, I found myself in a backsliding position and going to the casino. And the whole while I'm there, my spirit is inhaling the smoke and cold. Like I felt out of place. But because I didn't want to lose him and I wanted that to work, my excellent spirit was being suffocated. And this is what the prayer sounds like when you come back. Father created me. And do what? It came after my excellent spirit. They don't like that you sit in the things that are nice things to say. What can I do to get Pastor K off a run, off a game? Does she ever have bad days? See, when they say stuff like that about us, what they're really trying to say is, what is it in her that makes her operate and think like that? They call your phone and say, hey, how you doing? They say, every time I call you, you sound happy. That's your excellent drive. I want you tonight to forgive everybody that tried to damage you. Come on back to your original state of the way God created you. It will break your heart and it'll walk past you and see if you're going to crumble. But stay strong, okay? And say, God, let my spirit live in the midst of all of my chaos and disappointment. I want what God wants in me to be the first thing you hear, the first thing you hear. Not negativity, not ugly words, not mess, not gossip, not entangled in confusion, but an excellent spirit. I want to be able to see my family, my friends, and y'all can bet on my spirit. Is that good to you? That's what I want for God. Y'all want to stand on your feet and let's all say yes to the Father. Let's say this prayer together. I don't have a spirit of tit for tat. I don't have a spirit of pity. Father, let my excellent spirit, what you gave me, let that live through me in each and every area of my life. And I ask and I pray, God, that in every situation that I'm in, let me not respond to my emotions, but let my spirit be what speaks through me. Let my spirit begin to assess the entire situation and see that God has set me up for promotion. Why would I worry about enemies that are trying to bring me down, and enemies that are trying to make me fall, and people that are trying to change me, my character, my integrity, my bar that you have set for me, Father? I thank you, God, that if I live up here and I live up here alone, God, I will be okay. Because this place, God, keeps me preferred by you. I get visitations because of my spirit. I get revelation because of my spirit. I get wisdom, God, and love because I'm operating in an excellent spirit. And I ask tonight, God, that you would teach me in every area of my life to operate in this excellent spirit. God, Daniel is our subject that we're studying tonight. And God, how you gave him instructions and you made him look odd in front of everybody. You told him to sit at a dinner table, a dinner party, and don't eat the king's meat. And sometimes, God, when you give us things that it does make us look like a sore thumb and instructions that you give us, and we can't socialize with everybody, we can't do what everybody doing, we can't say what everybody's saying, we can't go everywhere with everybody going. It's okay, because if that means, God, that your spirit will live inside of me, then God, I'm willing to be the odd person in the room. God, teach our children that it's okay not to try to video with social media and Instagram and TikTok. Teach our young girls that it's okay not to measure their beauty based on what they see on the screen. But God, that you made us all beautiful. And God, teach our young men that they are young, ripping men with healthy self-esteem, God, and they're not judging themselves based on cars and jewelry and gold teeth. And Father, I bless you tonight, God, that you have set us aside to be sanctified and to be different and to be peculiar, set apart from the world. God, you said that there should be a difference between us and the world. So tonight, God, bless you for being different. We're not trying to change to fit a mold or a cookie cut. I thank you tonight, God, for that spirit that you gave me. Let that be what counsels me. Let that be what talks to me. Let that be what teaches me. Let that be what comforts me. Let that be, God, what pulls me out of those places, God, where I feel pressure to change. And, and let us, God, be the people that you prefer. Let us, God, be the people that you prefer. It's in the matchless name of Jesus that we pray. And we tell Abba, amen. Come on, give God a sound.